Hello Aries, and welcome to your September 2019 reading. We're going to do some reading for Aries Sun, Moon and Rising. Firstly though, I'd like to thank everyone who shared, subscribed and liked my channel. Thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. Now Aries, it's a big month for you. Just a little recap. Take from this what you need, and what resonates and what doesn't is for someone else, because we're talking to Aries as a collective. I'm going to be channeling through some messages from Spirit. I'll also be doing some validation with some card reading, and I'll also be talking about energies with planets and energies that are going on for us. Okay, so let's get into it, Aries. Aries, September will be a big month for you. The first part of the month, early September, it's going to be all about work and getting in and doing the work. It's the second half of September that things start to move for you. So your month is all aligned around money, career, and outward ambitions. Okay, so we had the Leo energy. If you've listened to my last channel reading for the month of August, and we had Leo energy. Leo was all about our creativity, our ideas, new inspiration, having the power and the strength and the energy and the self-confidence to go forward and bring in that new creative energy. And then we had the Aquarian full moon, which was expanding our consciousness, allowing us to go beyond where breakthroughs and beyond where we could go. And now we're heading into the Virgo New Moon, which we're having on the 30th of August. Now, just remember, all the planets that were in Leo are actually moving through now into Virgo. So Leo is the creativity. Virgo's going to put it into plan and action and work and critique it. And I think this is where the challenge may come for Aries, because Aries like to get up and do the job and get on with it and get into it and get it all done. Whereas Virgo energy may pull you back and make you look at the nitty gritty, plan, strategize, go back over it, really perfect it. And this is important for you this year, this month, Aries, because it's like you have to get it right. You have to get everything perfectly aligned and sorted for the end of the month, because the changes that are coming through for you, you wouldn't want to be off on your new direction and venture and not have everything. I want to use the word perfected, but when I use that, nothing's perfect. And also we must remember that Virgo is a perfectionist, and we're not to get too into being a perfectionist. So Virgo might feel like it's pulling you back a little bit, Aries, Virgo will be pulling you back, okay, in the energy here. Because patience is a big thing for you this month. Even though you feel you have the power and the energy, because you've got Mars in Virgo, Aries, at the start of the month. So you feel the power, you feel the energy, you feel the strength, you feel the get going, let's get the job done. That's what Aries does. And Virgo goes, hang on. I want to go over all these details. I want to go over all your plans. And I'm gonna go over it and over it and over it and over it. So, only difficulties you'll be facing this month, and we will go through it step by step because there's a bit to get through here. So breakthroughs are going to be in health or healthy habits, okay? Habits that are more healthy for you, but health as well, and some difficulties with family. So close family relationships within the family. But by the end of the month brings peace and harmony, and you actually have a breakthrough, Aries, and you realize the lesson by the end of the month is you didn't have to put all that work effort in. It actually just sorts itself out towards the end of the month because of the changes you make. So head down, get into work, the nitty gritty, getting it done the right way. And this is you're going to be finishing projects, tidying up things, tying that bow so that you can get prepared for not just the months ahead, months and years ahead. So this Virgo, you know, your creative Leo ideas, and Virgos come into let's get it organized, and it's bringing very long term. So if you needed to go away for a long time, or you needed to leave a job site, let's say hypothetically, and allow others to, you know, come in and do their bit, and you need to have it all organized. You need the right people in place. Okay, the right situations, the right clients, whatever it is. It's think long term. Any hard work you're doing this month is setting you up for longer term freedom, or moving forward, or security and stability in what you've got. Okay, so that's going to be your focus. You don't mind the hard work though, Aries, but you might not like that Virgo going over every detail, okay? You just have a new idea from Leo and you want to launch into it. But this week, month, you may be pulled back a little bit in that. And then the second half, it'll be great. So we have Venus also in opposition to Neptune. And this is all about your spiritual connection and creativity for you now, and Venus ruling relationships, love, all of that. So this will be your relationship stuff. Now with Neptune, we do have to be a bit careful. Neptune kind of makes us feel a little bit what we call foggy-headed, a lot of manipulation, a lot of people talk big, exaggerated. We can feel foggy and confused, not sure, not seeing the picture clearly, not seeing people clearly. Just be wary that that is going on, and it is to do with you, and also a spiritual connection for you, and that's you to you and you to others and your work and groups and associations. So I have a little saying this month for every sign, and talking's great, people saying what they can do, but you need action. You need action and validation, okay? That's what's real. Just keep that in mind for this month. You've got Saturn coming in, and you know, he's calling you up. He's asking you to pay attention to you, because it is reward time. Saturn brings rewards. He's the master. You've mastered something. You're feeling in completion of something. Okay, particularly for many of you, it will be work. Okay, and you are just going to really hone in on your potential for productivity, or how you're going to actually realize how productive you are, or what you have to give is very productive for others. So watch your value there as well. And you know, we're setting strong, firm foundation. So anyone you're pulling in, strong, firm foundation. They're giving you fact and action, not just talk, okay? We've got to do things the right way, because you are recalibrating. You've had the last 8 months, Aries, to reflect, put effort in, you know, to try and accomplish a goal, and now you're going to see the fruits of your labor, and you have been, and now you're going to recalibrate, okay? So just keep that in mind. Some higher up people are going to be paying attention to you this month too, Aries. So it could be someone, a client that is got a lot of money, or that's just hypothetical, or your boss recognizes you, or your friends, or something. But you are going to be recognized by higher up, okay? So that's a really good thing for you. And I think that's why you have to get everything done properly and set it up for long term. Okay, we don't want to hand something over. If we've been trying to attract a client or trying to attract a job, or you're offering something as well that you do, make sure there's no holes in it. You don't want to get to the top boss and show it and the thing crumbles or has some flaws in it. So really, really, really go over things. Okay, now let me have a little look here, because we're going to move towards the 13th and 14th is good for you, and the 14th is the full moon in Pisces. Okay, it's all about working behind the scenes, completing things. It's a spiritual moon for you, so you're going to have a spiritual awakening or a spiritual connection. And you need to master whatever you're doing to get it off the ground, basically, and ascend. You're going to have a nagging feeling that you're not good enough, that, you know, self-sabotaging. Is this going to happen? Am I up to it? You know, just watch that. Okay, because you are Aries. We've just got some Neptune energy coming in here, and that is the spiritual breakthrough, awakening, alignment, you know, the shadow side that could come up around the full moon, because you are having like a spiritual breakthrough, or something about you and being spiritually connected to yourself, others, universe, whatever it is for you, or going another level. Okay, I don't like the word level, but going another level within yourself. Okay, so any self-sabotage, put it to bed, okay, and just get on with it, all right? Because I think a part of that is by mid-month you'll be thinking nothing's moving, nothing's happening, I'm just working hard, why isn't it flowing? Because the first half of the month is all about hard labor, but you're going to see that. And you know, you are going to have a real epiphany at work with your health and your lifestyle. And I think that's also connected to your spiritual connection and spiritual aspect of the full moon. Okay, so you're going to have an epiphany around that time. And Pluto is coming in around that Pisces full moon, and we've got the trining the sun, sextile the moon, looking at your accomplishments. So rather than getting down, turn around and have a look at where you've come from. Turn around and have a look at the work you did do and remind yourself. Okay, because that then sets your value, and then you send that out and bring others in. Okay, so rather than getting down on yourself, Aries, turn around and look at your accomplishments. Sometimes we're all going ahead, forward, busy, and we forget to turn around and look at where we've come from and what we've built, and in a very short amount of time. Okay, so please look at that around the full moon, your accomplishments. And the only thing else around the full moon for you is, I feel many of you could, you're going to get pulled in all sorts of directions. That's why I don't listen to what people are saying. Talk, action, fact. Okay, because I think, you know, you could get a lot of people that got big ideas and they want you to come here, they want you to do this and look at this and solve this and fix this. So hone in and get the Pluto. The Pluto's like a laser energy that will come in for you and go, which of these are significant? Which of these are real? Which are not real? Which are all talk? Who's putting their money on the table, or their idea, or their commitment, or whatever the situation is for you? That's what you need to look at this month, Aries. Okay. And then we've got Mercury and Libra, and focus on relationships. Now, Mercury brings in communication. Okay, so that's why I was saying earlier, there's going to be a breakthrough for you by the end of the month with relationships. And I'm talking close family relationships. So somewhere you have not been able to get through or make the changes or connect, I really feel that, you know, with this Mercury and Libra focus coming in on your relationship areas, and Venus, Mercury, it's bringing harmony. It's going to make you happy. It's going to harmonize everything. So by the 18th, you know, you might be a bit of a force of nature moving forward. So if you can be patient till then, Aries, that's really good for you. And it is towards the second half of the month, you know, maybe in the new moon in Libra, at the end of the month. You've got Jupiter squaring Neptune, which is really good. You do have to be idealistic. No hope and wishing and, you know, all the airy-fairy stuff. Don't get into that. Be in grounded reality. You're getting things done. You're feeling like things are getting done towards the end of the month. But what I really like, we have on the 28th, the new moon relationships. Uranus has got an aspect to the moon. It's time to do something new. So finally, Aries, in relationships, you've come up with a new way of doing relationships, or you being a new way in relationships. Because that's what Uranus does. He brings expansion. He brings other ideas in, new directions in how to do something. Okay? There's an old saying, because Saturn's in this energy a lot this month. And Saturn's like, do the tried and true. Do what you've always done. Mastered it. It's solid. It's long-term. Do what you always do. But you know what? Uranus is saying no. That's not, whatever's not working for you, where you're not getting breakthroughs, where you're not getting change. Uranus says no, here's a new idea. Have you thought of looking at it this way? Have you thought of it from another perspective? And this is between you and relationships. And I think it's the communication within relationships. So changing that for you is big at the end of the month. So don't push and force everything at the start of the month with love, with relationships. Go to work, get your work done, get your security, your stability, your foundation set. Do the hard work, the organizing, the Virgo, the critiquing, the second half of the month. So the first half's all work. The second half, that's when we can start to travel and move. You've got Uranus coming in at the end of the month of the new moon, transforming you in relationships to do things a different way. So also around the negative or the shadow side of the new moon, I don't want you to, this is to do with relationships as well. Stop trying to prove yourself, Aries. You don't need to prove yourself to be right. You don't have to prove yourself to be okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. Okay? It's okay to share your feelings. You don't have to come in and fix it and be... I always see Aries with like a bit of a superhero outfit on. You do have feelings. It's okay to be vulnerable to the right people. And it's even better to be vulnerable when you've had some expansion from Uranus, bringing in the expansion, new ideas. Okay, it shows you a better way. And it actually makes you more attractive to people. They'll see the change and you become more attractive to people. Okay? So it's like the more you open up and show that vulnerability, not in a negative way, not in a needy way. That's not what we're saying here. Vulnerability is an understanding of emotions and really a mastery of emotions if you've got that going on. And that is very attractive. Okay, so you're going to find a new way to be attractive, Aries, in relationships. Okay, so also on the Libra new moon, we have a little aspect here, creating an energy for some of you, where in relationships, if you've done or you feel you've done all that you can do, it is time to be done. Okay, so you will be looking at certain situations in relationships and you'll be saying, look, I have put in everything and more that I can do here. And if I'm not getting the changes, that means you need to either walk away or let it go, or try something new. Try to communicate in a different way, Aries. That's going to be your big challenge of the month. Okay? But at the end of the month, I'm seeing breakthroughs of any unhealthy habits, breakthroughs with your health. The first, you are so aligned with career and money and outward ambitions this month. You just need to have the Virgo strategy, critiquing, organizing, planning in place. And it is doing that for you, holding you back, slowing you down, making you go over it, so that you can have really an incredibly strong foundation for success in the future. So get organized, finish projects. And what you do is actually getting ready for the months and years ahead that are coming. Okay, and your new creative ideas, your new, okay? Watch any nagging negative emotions coming up, and really it's quite, yeah, see, the cards have just been falling out. So we've got some messages coming through here. I'm going to ask Spirit to bring through some messages for you, but the cards are already falling out. So what does the Spirit have messages for Aries for the month of September, and also the cards? So you, Aries, are ready to charge forward. This Queen is commanding the cavalry to charge forward. But she doesn't just call up her troops. They're trained, they're organized, they've gone over a strategy, a plan of attack, whatever, you know. Think about a queen getting her cavalry together, her army, and saying, right, you all know the plan, you all know your positions, we've built a strong foundation, now we're moving forward with clear, straight, extremely determined focus and energy. So that's what it is. And look what you're getting. You are getting new beginnings. You have new opportunities, Aries, and new beginning. Do not get down at the start of the month when you're feeling like, oh, it's all not happening. See, it's all not happening. I'm standing on the horizon and I'm waiting for these ships to come in. And they're not coming in. And you're like, come on, ships, come in. But they're coming. Be patient. That's the patience. You've got to be patient. You've got to know they're coming in. You know your value. You know what your worth is. You know how much work you've put in. You've created a strong foundation. The ships are coming in. Okay, and some home, family, mother, nurturing. So this is really, this Queen's about the family, the home, the nurturing, the mothering. So what is the mother? Vulnerable. Okay, emotions, nurturing, caring, vulnerability. And that what did come up for you in your energy forecast with planets and things, Aries. So we've got a bit going on there, okay, for you. And the cards are backing all of this up. What else? Oh, okay. It's about relationships and your passions and your desires in life. So for some of you, it's going to be about your passions, your desires, your creativities, your outward ambitions that you're passionate about. And for others, it's the home, family, and relationships. Okay? And getting some more passion. You know, vulnerability is about passion. Okay, and there's your rebirth. There's your new birth. There's the rebirth. You are going to go through a spiritual connection of, I believe it's like vulnerability, or being more vulnerable, or communicating with vulnerability within a close relationships, family relationships, or a partner or siblings. And it's your rebirth. It's your new birth of you. It's the new way of you doing. So any offers coming into you, particularly out of the blue, I want you to go with the flow, not listen to too much talk, action, fact, backing up what's going to be there for the long term. And you're back in control. By the end of the month, Aries, you are back on the chariot, charging forward, things are moving, and you're back in control. So I think a little aspect of this energy this month is for you. You may feel a little out of control, Aries, and you don't like that sitting back, patient, waiting. Aries would prefer to drive the chariot. Okay, so again, you're the magician. What do you want? Whatever's coming in around home, family, relationships, vulnerability, spiritual connection, spiritual alignment, or going a breakthrough is, and with vulnerability, spiritual connection, all of that, it's destined. It was fated. This is something that had to happen. And let me say this, it is around I think it's around the 18th of September. We've got Saturn going forward, direct, moving forward into Capricorn. So whatever we've mastered up until now, or whatever you've done up until now, you've mastered it. It's completed it. So we've got Saturn and Capricorn. Saturn the master, Capricorn's here, and Saturn, you've completed a cycle. You're going on a new journey. And they're going to stand there and view all of your luggage, who's coming with you, who's not coming, and they're going to say, that person can't come with you, that situation can't with you, you can't do that belief anymore, you can't do this anymore, because it's not it's not relevant to where you're going. And this Saturn moving through into Capricorn direct is never going to happen. That's it. That's it, the 18th, that's it. It'll never ever happen again this lifetime. So this is big. We are going through a crisis of consciousness and our soul's journeys and paths and all of that. It is happening, it is big. There's a lot going on. Okay? Yeah, and that's just as I was speaking, you know, you may want to do certain things, you may want to take certain ideas with you, but the Hierophant's stepping in, someone's making the higher calling, the Saturn saying no, or the Capricorn, no, we've decided you can't take that with you, it's not relevant to where you're going. Okay? Go with the flow, because you are the Emperor. There's the Aries card, you're the Emperor. You will end up calling the shots. Just listen to everyone, pay attention, and then you will have the last say by the end of the month. You'll be back in control with all your hopes, dreams, and wishes coming true. And this card is the Star card. There's the Chariot, you driving the Chariot, Aries, and here's the Star card. What you put in, the effort you put into the universe, or your work, or your job, or your foundation, gets sent out to the universe, and that's what you get back as reward. So what you put out, what you put in, the foundation, how strong your foundation is what you're going to get back. So if you build a shaky foundation, you'll get that back. You've put in the hard work, you've put in the effort, you've got there, you've mastered something, you've completed something, you have a strong foundation. Now go over it and see what needs to be done better, okay? Think work the first half of the month. By the end of the month, you're back in control. It's all, your rewards are coming in. Your hopes, dreams, and wishes, but it's all about what you put out. Even in relationships, what you put out, how much you give, or are vulnerable, or allow your emotions within close relationship. If you're putting that out, that's what you're going to get back. So just be mindful of that, Aries. It's big, it's good, and it's big. Okay? So is there any other messages for Aries? Excuse me. Just watch any hype. That's the word I keep getting. Watch the hype around things. Okay. Yep. Go inward. Use your intuition, Aries. Okay. You feel restricted at the start of the month. It's false restriction. and you're going through death and rebirth, and there's your spiritual aspect, okay? Then you've got your strength card back. Then you're putting things practically in motion. There's differences of opinions here. Not arguing, not fighting. Anyone that's being deceptive, deceitful, not really following through, particularly around work, because you're setting up long-term security. By the end of the month, he has set up long-term foundation of his security and stability, all about work, and now he's got more harmonious relationships going on. So this month for you, September, Aries, is all about solid foundations with work and your ambitions and your outward ambitions with all that, that you want to put out into the world. The second half, that's a better half to travel because you've done all the hard work. You can take a break, and also a massive breakthrough for relationships, balance, harmony. These two give each other the same. They meet in the minds, the hearts, the souls. They're offering each other the same cup. They are on the same path, wanting the same things. There's commitment, but they're both being vulnerable to each other equally. In a good way, in a positive way. Vulnerability does not mean weakness or neediness or lower vibrational. We can be vulnerable and in our truth and in our honesty and expressing our feelings in a balanced way, in a loving way, and in a nurturing way. Okay? So Aries, it's a big month for you this month. Thank you for listening. I hope this information has resonated with you. Take from it what fits, and what doesn't will be for other people and other Aries signs, sun, moon, or rising. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next month.